All right, so today we're going to go over how to make your car a little bit more dog friendly. One of the advantages of the MGB is it's so low to the ground, and it has this nice little area back here. My dog's almost 100 pounds, so he's kind of a big dog. The disadvantage is that this foot section in here, it's not a back seat, so why would you even have a foot section back here? And this area back here makes it difficult for a big dog to be able to navigate in and out, and just to be safe in there while you're driving around. He has such a small little footprint that he can stand in. So we're going to make a little ledge right in here to make it a little easier for the big dog to get in and out, and make it safer for him while we're driving around, because he likes to go on rides, and we're going to accommodate him for that. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to make a ledge for this little area right in here to make it a little more dog friendly. Alright, so there you go. Like so many more of my fabrication projects, they always end up with a cardboard template. This template right here shows that a 24-inch length from the center to this wall right here. It's 24 inches, and it's about 8 inches, but we're going to use 7 3/4 inches just to give us a little bit of slack space right in here, right here. So 7 3/4 of an inch to the edge of the center console, and about 4 inches in, we're going to start tapering for the chair. So when the seat goes back, you'll have a good taper right there. And we're not going to taper it back on the other side because we have to accommodate the seat belt. We don't want to impair the function of the safety devices. But you can see it'll make it a whole lot easier for the dog to step right up onto this little ledge right here. And when it's closed, he'll have this entire area for his feet to move around in. And, you know, obviously he's going to want to stick his nose in between the two of us. So he has a nice little platform right in here. So let's go ahead and cut up a piece of plywood and mock that up. And then we'll make some legs for it. And then the last step, we'll finish it off with a little bit of carpet. There you go. I got a little piece of 3/4 inch plywood. This is some scrap from the garage that we used for the ladder. Anyway, I got it set up so that I'm not going to cut through the table. Oh, don't worry about that. But let's go ahead and chop this thing up. We'll lay it in place, and then we'll measure out what we need and what kind of footing that we need. All right, so working with templates again, a little cardboard template. I cut out the arcway here. The trick with arcs is to keep them concentric. So I marked the center of the circle here, and I knew how wide I was going to be. So then I kind of cut this short and I trimmed it until it got nice and snug. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to get this height from here to here. So what I've done is I take a flat piece of wood right here. I'm just going to lay it flat on the flat surface. That will project this bottom plane so that I can get the measurement on the inside here. I'll just trace a pencil in there, and then we'll have our template to cut out. We'll cut 2 of those, one for the front and one from the back, and that will hold it in the center. Then we get working on the edges. All right, so there you go. The template comes out with a 5-inch radius. I'm going to make these 5.5 inches long, so I have enough of a flap down here so it doesn't become a sharp piece or anything that's going to break. And the height from the top of the transmission hump to the bottom of that 3/4 inch piece of plywood will be 3 inches. I'm going to make 2 of these, and we'll go ahead and screw those in to this piece right here. All right, so if you didn't catch it, there was an error on that last step. This 3 inches needs to be 2 1/4 inches because we need to take off 3/4 of an inch for the thickness of the plywood that's going to go on the top. So I've already cut the pieces, so I'm going to go ahead and trim a 3/4 inch off the top here, and we'll make it back up right. So just if you're following along at home, this is not 3 inches, this is 2 1/4 inches. It's actually, if you use 1/2 inch, just take off the thickness of whatever ply that you use when you're making yours, if you're doing that. All right, so there you go, a couple of 2x6 pieces. Reason why I had selected 2x6 is 2x6 is naturally 5.5 inches thick. So I was gonna save one more cut. Didn't work out that way. But anyway, that's nice, thick, stocky piece of wood. And we're gonna drill into the side of it instead of the end of it, and that will make a a really good centerpiece to make it nice and stable. Now all we have to do is get something on this end. I think we'll be golden. We'll just need to get it so that it will support it right here. The thing is this surface right here is, whoops, here. This surface is not flat. So it's going to pose a little bit of a challenge because when it sits down, it'll be at an angle right here. But we'll go ahead and we'll do a template again, and we'll get this cut up, and we'll have a nice end piece for right here. The other advantage is that the end piece right here will give it a sort of a face right here, because it's going to go right in here, right? So it'll give it kind of a face right here, so that there's a nice transition from the flat surface down here up to there. So this will be like a little face right here. So just 2 more pieces of wood, and then we can start covering this thing in some carpet. All right, there you go. This little piece right here will fit right in there. I should probably transpose some measurements on there. Here, let me take a picture of that. Well, I didn't expect it all to be the same measurement, but my goodness, almost a whole inch off right here. Cut this piece the same size as the other piece over there, and it doesn't fit. It's a little too big, so I'm going to go ahead and trim this down. It doesn't look like there's this is the right size measurement. The seat doesn't intrude, so that's not a problem there. It's just something about the frame or the way that it was constructed. It's just a little bit different right here. If it all fits nice in there, I just need to cut this a little bit shorter. So stay flexible. So just be prepared for that if you're making one of these. Sometimes you need to make adjustments to accommodate irregularities in the construction of the vehicle. All right, let's get some screws in those. All right, I think that's pretty steady. Let's see if it'll fit a man. If it can handle me, it can handle a dog. I think we're going to be okay. That just gives this a little bit more of a ledge. We're going to go ahead and put some carpet on this now. All right, so before I put the carpet on here, I wanted to do one more good dry fit and drive the car a little bit. I think I'm gonna increase the arc a little here and here. I think this corner comes a little too close to the seats. I mean, it doesn't actually touch anything here, but moving back and forth and whatnot, I don't want to cause a wear point. So I think I'm gonna move this in about a ½ inch. And just take a little bit more of an arc here. So I'll make those adjustments, and then we'll get carpet on this thing. All right, well, there you go. Got it all carpeted. Everything's lined up, all setting up. See, I made a little extra room for the seats. Everything fits nicely. Plenty of extra room for the big dog. Let's see if we can get him in here and make him fit. Hey, what's up, buddy? He's got room in the car now. He's a happy dog. Yes. Well, there you go. That is making your MG more dog friendly. And he's a friendly dog. And for those of you who are wondering about how to fix a leash so your dog can stay in the back compartment here, on the 1977 MGB, there are bolt marks or bolt places for shoulder straps. We didn't install shoulder straps, we only did lap belts, but the bolts are still in there. So what we did was we went ahead and put that hardware in there, and then rigged a rope with a little loop in there so he can move back and forth. It'll give you a little flexibility, and yet it'll still keep him from jumping out, or you know, heaven forbid we get in an accident, it'll restrain him to a certain degree to keep him from falling out of the car. So a little bit of safety in there as well. That is the project for today. Just in addition to the back shelf, to make it your dog a little bit more dog friendly, or your MGB a little more dog friendly, and make it so that your dog doesn't fall down into the wheel well there, or the foot well, where there's not even a seat there. I don't know why there would be a foot well, but anyway, there you go. Have any comments or anything, throw them in the comment section. I'd be glad to hear them. That's all I have for you this week.